he would have had me in second. There we go. Early on everything today. I was playing a couple games on Legend, trying to do Conquest Extreme. That didn't work out, but it also messed up my timing. Score one run at least here. I think he might go for the runner at third. Man.
One and one. He's out.
Let's go. Alright. Finally. Off the schneid. I don't really want to bring in a new pitcher right now, but I think Ziegler's good enough. Don't have any lefties in the pen. It's been a problem, but I don't really have many options right now. I probably have to buy a new lefty. Yes, sir. It's about time. Man, I think I'm like like 4-7 in my last few games, at least in events games. I haven't been hitting anything, man. But I'm glad you're here. How's it going, my man? Right now I'm 0-1 on this events run. I went like 4 or 5 innings with some guy. He hit a walk-off with McCann. But it's time to get the mojo back because I need these bobbleheads. And I'm not trying to play like 60 games just to get to it. By the way, check out the video description. There's some rules for the giveaway. Basically, just send me a friend request or a message on PSN, and I'll do it that way. So whoever sends me a message request indicating like this is for the giveaway or whatever, I'll enter them in. That way, not everybody gets your info on the screen here. If you don't mind, then that's cool too. But if you don't want anybody getting your info or your PSN, that's the reason. Sorry, just trying to check like 4 things at one time. But yeah, there's also, this is obviously the giveaway and charity stream, so there's no donation necessary or anything for the charity stream in order to be into the giveaway. The giveaway is just kind of separate. Yeah, man, I've been flipping as well. Actually, I slowed down on flipping, which I should have been doing, but I ended up doing a lot of the missions that just came out on Friday. So I don't know if you've been doing those too, but I've just been grinding those away, playing some CPU games and some Conquest games as well. Just trying to get back into events. Like if I'm feeling good about my swing, good about playing, then I'll jump back in events for a minute. How is this guy? This guy must have the worst bullpen. 4 diamonds. He's got another gold in there, 2 silvers. But then he's got a gold pitcher as well, so I'm going to take a look at his bullpen when we get in this game. Are you playing, Nacho, are you playing ranked seasons or like events and VR and stuff? I think this is the first time I'm seeing this card, anybody with this card. That's interesting. Let's see what his bullpen looks like. 55s and 60s, so he does have a closer that's 85, but I'm going to try to work his pitcher a little bit. Just take to 2 strikes for this first inning. And either he's going to be too tired to throw strikes, or he's going to have to throw one of his bullpen guys in, maybe even his closer early on, and we're just going to throw him off a little bit. Tough time in the event. Yeah, this one was tough. I liked it at the beginning. I can't remember if it was this event or the previous event. It felt good at the beginning, but all of a sudden, like, can't hit anything. And it doesn't feel like, well, I've been hitting a lot of like lineouts and stuff too, but it feels like everybody's pitching pretty well. Like I've missed some pitches, but it feels like people are playing really well, you know? This Ziegler card has been pretty good for me. I have hung a couple fastballs right down the middle, but in general he's gotten out of a lot of tough spots. All right. Alright, so the plan is take to 2 strikes. I mean, Shoemaker's not great. I could still hit off of him, but especially with these 2 speed guys at the top, I just want to make him throw some pitches and foul pitches off. Probably try to put the ball on the ground. My hands are free of the controller right now. I'm not touching that controller for a second. For pitching, I'm using, I think it's called like Outfield or something like that. It's not the general broadcast one, because the broadcast one like changes every time you change your stadium, so that gets annoying for me. Cause like your angle changes on the plate, so I feel that it's kind of annoying. I will check for you though. I can't remember the name of it. I'm not sure that you can check it on here, but let me try. Yeah, you might not be able to check on here, but I'll check after the game. Alright, let's take some more pitches. 2-strike method, yeah. I need to use it more than I have been. Like, I've just been honestly just swinging away at everything. And if I put my hand on the controller, then I'm going to swing. So my hands are off. I'm just going to take. I'm going to make him bring that guy in from the bullpen as early as possible. And he's scared of D. Gordon at first. So that's an added bonus. Alright, I'm going to steal on this one because he's going to try to do something weird. Yeah. Just missed it. Now it's really in his head. There we go. That's a good swing. It's not what I wanted, but D. Gordon's in his head. I'm taking pitches. Pujols has to make something happen here. Oh, that's a good pitch. Yeah. Have you tried the 2-strike method in general? I'm curious to know like what people have tried from what I've talked about, because I know that the discipline guide was very extensive and some of it's like easier said than done, but I want to know what people have tried, what's worked for people, because it's very possible that it like only works for me or for a select few people. So I want to see what's really effective. Alright, starting to throw some bad pitches now. I'm still going 2 strikes. My hand's on the controller, but my thumbs are off of its sticks. 2-0. That's a good pitch to swing at, but yeah, I figured he's going to do something weird. Ooh, okay. I feel like people just kind of... They try to ace you when you're on 2-0. Man. He better not get it back at first. I would have been so mad. Alright. Still in a good position. He's already thrown 19 pitches in the first inning, so look at that. His energy's almost gone completely. And 2 outs. I might swing now because he's already thrown 20 pitches. But that's not a good pitch to swing at. There we go. Finally. See, when I talk to people, there's either 2 ways that this happens. When I'm on stream, I'm talking to people and I'll either like get way too relaxed and not think about the game at all, or I get a chance to talk to people and then I can like implement a game plan passively. Ooh, that was nice. Wasn't expecting it. Can I score? No. Yeah, taking that first pitch. It's good actually. You know, 2 strike for now. Nice. Yeah, I mean, 2 strike is great in like in certain. Ooh. Sorry, 2 strikes is. Honestly, it works for me, but I feel like it works for me more than it should, because it's just not the way baseball is meant to be played necessarily. If you're taking like the first 3 innings is kind of what I talked about, just trying to work the pitcher, make him throw a lot of pitches, try to see his patterns and things like that, which makes sense. But at the same time, like pros don't really do that, and it's more of like compensating for the fact that I know after those first 3 innings, I'm not going to really work the pitcher, or not naturally work the pitcher. If I wanted to, I could. So like, yeah, you take the first 3 and then all of a sudden you just swing at everything after that. That's kind of the thought behind it. But obviously if you're able to really work a game plan and you're just all right, I want to take the two strikes with this batter. I want to look for a certain pitch with the next batter. That kind of thing, adjusting back and forth. I mean, that's really what the pros do. The best way to do it is just adjust so that they can't, because I don't know how often you've tried it, but there's been times where I started taking the two strikes, and then that starting pitcher starts throwing fastballs down the middle for the first two pitches because he knows I'm taking the two strikes. So once you're able to readjust, you will be able to get those fastballs down the middle and hit them. All right, so now he's at his 27, and he's looking like he's going to bring someone in. I think this is Alex Claudio. Yeah. And this guy throws like 86 on a sinker. So now I'm in a good position. I've got JD Martinez on my bench, so probably bring him in to pinch hit for the pitcher. Ooh. Yeah, gotta mix it up, definitely. It's easier said than done, though. And I'm planning on doing a video in the not too distant future about kind of the simplicity of baseball. Should I go Jay Buhner? Why not? The simplicity of baseball, and there's so many parts that go into it strategy-wise. But when you're at the plate, there's only a few things you really want to think of, and there's only like one or two things you can think of at a time. So I'm not sure how deep I want to go with that, but I think that would be cool to dive into. It's a good swing, at least. I feel like that swing's not good right now, but when these Immortals come out, opposite field swings are going to be much more effective. I don't know if it's worth like working on right now, but I think it's just something to keep in the back of your mind. Let's have that drop. Nope. For sure, for sure. Let me know if you have any other thoughts as well. Yeah, I'm just backed up right now with school. So I've been slow on those videos, and I've been trying to... Oh, that was backwards. I've been trying to figure out some timing for these streams. And it's looking like it'll be during the weekdays. I tried a few times during this weekend, and it didn't seem as poppin' as it was on Monday. So we'll see. Just trying to figure out some of those times, and then once that happens, I'm going to hopefully get some video series back together. This Altuve's card is surprisingly good. I was using him at the beginning. He's not great ratings, but like for some reason I kept hitting home runs with him with his like 30 power. And he's got great speed, obviously, so it's nice to have. Alright, for sure, for sure. Oh, I was gonna say, he looked like he was about to leave Claudio in for a second. But yeah, I'm not sure if the regular comments are available right now. But if they are, if you don't want to do, if you're not on PSN or don't have Messenger or anything, and you want to be part of the giveaway, just drop your, let's see, just comment like giveaway or something in the comments, not in the chat, but in the comments of the video if it's possible. And that'll just be an entry. Consider that an entry. Bad pitch. Felt like he was looking for it a little bit. I didn't feel like it was a great pitch at that point. And it got a little bit over the plate. I really should have been warming up a closer. Man, I need this win bad. This guy's a level 42 diamond. Oh, Lucky. Okay, for sure. Sounds good, sounds good. What's your favorite team, by the way? Let's go check out that pitching view. My settings. Oh. These are annoying, man. I don't know where it is. No. This game, man. The O's. That sucks. Yeah, we're in a similar boat. But we do have a lot of talent in the minors. I'm not sure if you guys have had those kind of moves. You might once Machado gets moved, but I've heard they're even struggling to move him, so best of luck. But it's not sounding good. I like the O's though. Well, it just sucks that they're in the division that's like big market teams, the biggest rivalry in baseball. It sucks. But I mean, actually, when was the last time you guys had a playoff run? Now that I think about it, White Sox have been out of it for 10 years, and that was like a one-game playoff that they barely got in. Yeah. Well, the White Sox had a similar thing a couple years ago where they were up. They were like 21-9 in the first month. And then I think they were the worst team in the league after that. That's when they were like, all right, we got to scrap this whole thing. It was pretty bad. They've been trying to do a patch job with the roster for, I don't know, the last 10 years, I guess. And there have been times when, like, they get into spring training and Konerko, who was on the World Series team, is like, yeah, this is a much more talented team than the one that won the World Series. And then all of a sudden, like, they lose. They have like a 400 winning percentage for the rest of the year. Okay, yeah. I think it was like the first year Showalter came in or something, like they were really good, or the second year. And then it hasn't been the same from what I remember. True. Yeah, he's hit really well against the A's this year. Alright, he's not even gonna wait for me to score. Played him on FanDuel, that sucks. He had a game earlier in the year where he hit a grand slam against the A's and they were up like 6-0 in the first inning, and they managed to blow that lead. And that was pretty embarrassing. And then the same thing happened yesterday. They had a 5-0 lead in the first inning and then gave up at least 5 unanswered, and then they lost like 7-6 or something. But I'm excited about Moncada. A lot of people are kind of down on him. I'm on like Facebook groups for the White Sox and stuff. And like people understand that there's a rebuild going on. but they still expect like fantastic baseball to be played for some reason, and I don't understand why. Like, there have been times where it's like, yeah, you shouldn't have put this guy in, but at the same time, they're trying to develop these guys, so it makes sense, especially certain relief pitchers. Nate Jones has been kind of disappointing when he gets in the closer role, even though I think he's a gold in this game. He's probably going to go silver at some point if he keeps it up, but hopefully he does a little bit better. The White Sox were linked to Machado at one point, and they apparently tried to make a move to get him in the offseason, which didn't make sense. Yeah, they're definitely strange, but like some of these guys are like hardcore fans, and I don't understand. Anyway, yeah, I think someone was saying that Machado was linked to the White Sox in the offseason, but they definitely weren't going to win this year, and they would have had to give up some prospects for him. So I don't know what they were thinking. Luckily it didn't happen, but apparently they put an offer on the table. The good thing is the White Sox have so many prospects right now that you could probably next year or the year after go ahead and trade some of those later prospects for some pitching or something like that. That would be nice. Because we have certain prospects that are like Blake Rutherford and Luis Robert, who are supposed to be like really good, but they're not going to be in the league for another probably 3 years. Alright, let's tag this guy out. And there we go. Yeah, what's your guys' plan for a rebuild right now? Are you trying to rebuild? Or are you just trying to see like what you get for Machado and then go from there? Ooh. I've seen Gallo hit that pitch out way too many times. Nice. Good stab. Ah, I think I got him. I give up a lot of home runs to Cruz for some reason. I throw a lot of fastballs to him. So I'm just not going to throw him a fastball in this at-bat. But he might be smart and not swing at it. Yeah, I mean, I think they will. But do you think there's like enough to go full rebuild mode? I know Chris Davis is really struggling. What about Adam Jones? O'Day, yeah. Man, I always think O'Day's so old, and then he's like, comes back and has another good year. I mean, for like the last 5 years. They need to... Makes sense. How did you guys draft this year? Did you get were you guys the #1 pick? I'm pretty sure he has been, man. He's been around forever. Oh, that was hittable. The White Sox got Nick Madrigal, which is good. He's a second baseman. It's like a small second baseman. But I don't know if he's going to make it with the White Sox, depending on how well Moncada ends up doing. They might be set up the middle for a little while. But it would be cool if we could trade him. because I think he's going to be in the minors for a while otherwise.
Time is out. D-Rock.
No. I feel like I could have made that without diving. Oh. I don't think I've scored yet, have I? No. I really need a lefty in this bullpen.
Ball one. Ball one, no strike. Two balls, no strike.
Oh. Wow. That was lucky.
Got him.
Alright, just need to get this one out. Don Sutton's hittable, excuse me. I don't necessarily want him to go to his bullpen. He might anyway, but I don't want to force his hand and then give him a pinch hitter for Piazza.
That's a ball.
What is going on?
Count is 2 and 1.
Thank you. Nope. Alright. He better get there. I think he's got like 30 speed and 30 fielding. But it was just enough. I expected to hit better with this George Springer card. Come on. So I can't hit that pitch, but before the game, before the stream started, I was facing another guy who was throwing Sutton, and he threw a screwball off the inside corner, and I hit it down the line for a home run in Orioles Park, by the way. But apparently I can't hit down the ones down the middle. Come on. Yeah, they even said before the beginning of this year that they were going to make pitching a little bit harder in general. And I thought they were just going to affect pure analog pitching, but apparently it's been all pitching. At the beginning of the year, I was going back and forth between MLB The Show 17 and 18. And there's a drastic difference between how meter feels in both games. Come on. Now I'm just yanking the PCI. But you're definitely right. Yeah, it's zone hitting, but there's no PCI. There we go. That's a bomb. Alright, so we're in the second inning, which means I can warm up a closer. I'm going to go Davinsky, and I have Farquhar in here for his cutter. I love throwing him against lefties because I don't have any lefties, so I try to keep him for that. Let's go. Nope. I wanted to hit that down the line,
He's out.
but it was not meant to be. And I might mess around with his outfield a little bit because who's in left field? Alright, so Chris Carter's in left field, and I can put an Adam Engel. Adam Engel. And I'm going to move him to center. Cover some ground, third base is fine. Actually, I have Matt Chapman, I might as well use him. Yeah. Chapman's amazing at third base. Yeah, it's good for seeing kind of the path of the ball. Trying to think about where the ball's going a little bit more. but it definitely has some drawbacks when you're like trying to hit a pitch down the middle, trying to hit fastballs. I think it's a little bit, well, probably a lot worse, but to me it just feels natural. When I started playing this game, like, the PCI was automatically off, and I didn't really know that the PCI existed back in the day. So I just kind of rolled with it, and every time I've tried to switch to PCI, it hasn't worked out for me. So you don't use the dynamic one, because it looks nice. If I was going to use one, I would probably use that. If they had, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's no one that's like just a dot, right? Like a small dot in the center. If there was one like that, I might consider it. But I just feel like it's too distracting. There we go. Some people crush Davinsky, and some people can't touch it. That's exactly where I wanted it, so I don't mind. I think he's sitting on that changeup, but he still missed it. I'm gonna bury this one. Alright. Yeah, I'd like to see some more customizability just for that PCI. I think there's a lot more that we should be able to do with it on our own, but that's okay. Yeah, that broken circle, that's what kind of messes it up for me. And I think the dot's like really big too, right? Because I just want one that's like very small. Kind of like if you're playing a first-person shooter, like kind of the size of how that would be. I think that would be nice. Dynamic, yeah. Yeah, because it just, like, especially on like All-Star and Veteran or whatever, the thing just like takes up the whole strike zone, and then it's not super useful. One good thing is I did finish a program. It's Jason Castro, power hitting catchers. And that was actually in the previous game. And now I have another catcher if I didn't want to use McCann, but right now McCann's actually better than this Castro with his inside edge. Queiroz is 2 hits away. Buddy Bell's a little bit away. I think there was another one that I might have finished. It was like live series. No. Still need 15 more Ks for that one. Cubs pitching. Reds. I got this breakout McGee just now, but I can't use him for this event. I could use Tony Sipp once I get 2 more strikeouts. And I definitely will put him in because I need a lefty. And there's a couple of guys in my bullpen that I just don't need, so I can take him out. That would be nice for sure. And some other random stuff in here. So let's jump back in the game. Man, this is a very mild chat today. I appreciate you sticking around. Hope you're having a good time. I think the weekend's just a bad time. I'm hoping when we go back to the weekdays that, you know, it gets a little bit more popping. Yeah, the Hannigan program I've been trying to do, those doubles are killer. It's just easier to hit home runs than doubles. But, oh well. It's weird, like I try to hit to the right side opposite field with Hannigan, but even if I square up the ball, it's just it's a pop up to the right fielder. So that kind of sucks. Did I just play this guy recently? No. His team doesn't look familiar. The Salty program, I think that took a while for me as well, but like I've done the missions in like 2 waves. So every one that I wanted to get career arcs for, or like their Diamond Immortal or whatever, those are the only ones that I did position programs for at first. So this last week I've been doing all the new stuff that comes out, because they said all the position programs that just came out will be for the career arcs that come out this week. So I want to do as much as I can for the cards that I want to get. True. Yeah, I guess if like the big dudes are live streaming right now, that's where all the heat's gonna be. And oh, that sucks. Yeah, I mean, people are busy. I figured like Friday night was gonna be tame. People have lives. Probably not gonna be watching people play video games, but yeah, I figured today would be a little bit better. People are just chilling for the weekend, finishing up for a new work week. Shoot. This is not that much power, 34 power and 63, but it was right down the middle, so. But yeah, I'll probably stick to the weekdays. I got Mondays and Wednesdays are good times for me. So I think I'll probably stick to those. What do you think about Saturday afternoons? There's a good one. That was a change-up. I've been cold with Pujols lately. He started off really well for me. I was hitting great with him online, but recently just haven't been hitting with him. Yeah, some of these are actually really annoying missions. I did a little Excel sheet, and it's not that the one-game missions are too bad, because, you know, they don't do the doubles anymore. It's all extra base hits, so that's good. But there's been a lot of them that were like, you just have to get a lot of what's it called? You have to get a lot of stats with certain positions, and that was annoying for me, and it took a little while. But it is something that kind of happens in passing, and you don't have to focus on as much as like a one-game mission maybe. Saturday afternoon, yeah. The only thing is that I'm not here every week on Saturdays, so I couldn't do it consistently, but probably like once a month. If I wanted to do a charity stream, that would probably be the best time. And the weekdays for general streaming, at least for now. Still a small group. Yeah, feel free to ask any questions about gameplay as well. I'm not sure if like everything will help you, but it does help me to try and answer questions, and you know, moving forward, the more that people ask me questions, the more I can, you know, think about things if I don't know the answer, which is good. Because you learn by teaching. Doing and teaching. Best ways to learn. I thought he was going to crush that. He was a little bit late on it. But if you don't get that all the way in, not a great pitch. And actually it looks like I actually got it in a decent spot. Can't really see the strike zone. That one also wasn't too good, but good enough. And he's going to keep Keuchel in, apparently. Let's try to hit one down the left field line. Or left center for a home run. Oh man, I was doing a left fielder mission too. That's another thing why you don't want to do these online. People will quit. Well, let's see. What's your rank, by the way, in ranked seasons? Because that's one thing, I don't know if you were here in the last stream, but I talked about it a couple times, where a lot of the stuff I want to talk about or have talked about is just like, how do I put it? there's a lot of things which I've just like spent a ton of time on this game, so I figured out a lot of patterns, and when I get to like World Series, it's because I played a lot of games, not necessarily because I'm like super good or anything. The things that I figured out, those patterns and like the stuff that I talked about in videos before, are what kind of helped me get over like being average. And like when you see me play, you'll see me miss like you'll see me miss my spots when I'm pitching. You'll see me miss balls down the middle when I'm hitting. So there's still mistakes that I make, but it's like just good enough to where I can compete with most people that play the game. So when I talk about this stuff, it's supposed to be things that like anyone can implement. It may take some time, but it's not something that you have to have like some huge skill set in order to get to that point. So like if you're saying you're in the 500 range right now, I think that if you're in the 500 range, you're good enough to be at least 700. And sometimes like even professional athletes, right? They come in as like a defensive specialist, and all of a sudden they put in some work, something clicks for them in the minors, and all of a sudden they're a superstar or an all-star. 41-27, that's actually a very solid record. So I'm surprised you're as low as 400 or 500. It does take probably like a 600 winning percentage to get to World Series, but you're not too far from that. You're what? You'd have to win probably 10 straight games, a little bit more, in order to get that 600, but 41-27 is pretty solid. I think my first season this year, I was probably like 50 something and 20 something trying to get into World Series, so it took me like 80 games. Honestly, I don't know how I had that much time or when I put all that time in, but yeah, it adds up pretty quick, I guess. Yeah, my hope is like this kind of stuff just it clicks for certain people, and over time these things just kind of work themselves out. Because what I was talking about before about baseball being super simple and stuff like that, like especially in real life, you have all these mechanics that go into a swing, and if you have a broken swing, it's gonna hurt your career. But the difference is obviously in this video game, you don't have to worry about all those mechanics, those small mechanics that go into a swing or that go into a pitching motion. The only thing you've got is a meter of some kind, 1-2 motions, and then batting. You're just pressing a button, or sometimes you're flicking an analog, right? So there's just really 1-2 motions in every aspect, really. So that's when this game becomes more simple, and that's when, like we were talking about, like you got your mindset that's going to take you to the next level, and you can work on timing, and you can work on locating your PCI, but for the most part, that's all you need to do mechanically, and it can only take you so far. So like you said, your downfall is swinging at bad pitches, and there are ways to overcome that. Like when I first started playing, probably first couple of years at least, I would only win games if someone was throwing over the plate. That's how it was, because I would swing at everything. At least 2 to 3 years, I'd say, for online play. I used to swing at everything, and I just couldn't figure it out. So some of the stuff I already talked about in the videos, but yeah, I mean, just thinking about it before every at bat, before every pitch. Obviously, thinking too much can get you in trouble, but if it's not natural to you, it can give you an advantage. So I know you already talked about you're going to try the 2 strikes thing, and yeah, putting the controller down is sometimes the only way that I'll do that. So definitely give that a shot. Just put it down for the first few pitches. And it does help because if I give up a lead and I'm down like a run or two early on, it also makes it harder for me to mentally do that. I'm like, all right, I need to score runs quick, right? Sometimes it's hard for me to keep on that game plan when I give up runs. So if you're able to pitch a little bit, that helps as well. You feel more patient. Yeah, sometimes if you're able to make it like a habit and just natural, then that's great. But certainly that's not something that I've done. It's still not natural. Even after I've been trying this game plan approach for like a couple of years now, I guess, and it's still not natural to me. Like I said, I have to put the controller down, all this kind of stuff, if I really want to stick to a game plan. Yep. It just feels like if you give up early runs, like it just feels like, okay, I gave up 2 runs now, so I'm going to give up 2 runs next inning and 2 runs the next inning and 2 runs the next inning, and before I know it, it's going to be 10-0, and I'll be out of the game. But usually it's not the case. If you give up a few runs early, sometimes, I've had games where I gave up four runs before I gave up an out, before I got an out, and won the game. So like, it is possible just to hold them down, and it's just a matter of staying out of your head, just executing the next pitch. This guy's working through his bullpen. Who's pitching? I don't think there's anybody good with 5 pitches. Daniel Kaloon, I don't think he's that good. But he wanted to bring in the lefty, so let's make him pay for it.
He's good.
Let's mess with him a little bit more. Take a lead off, step back. And do I want to take this pitch? Probably not. I'm taking it anyway. Joey Gallo is the one guy that I have a hard time hitting with 2 strikes. He just, if he throws a curveball low and in right now, I'm gonna swing and miss. A little bit more over the plate, but I barely tipped it. If he'd thrown it right on the corner or anywhere in that corner, yeah, no chance. That's true. Short-term memory. Learn as much as you can, but right away it's like it's just gonna hurt you if you don't forget about it. I was looking for a slider on that one. This guy's only got 3 pitches. I think it's Davinsky. I think he's going to give me a good one. Man. I didn't really move the PCI on that one. I think I was just a little bit early. Farquhar, well, he's got no lefties coming up, so I'm going to stick with him just for a minute. If he brings in a lefty to pinch hit, then I might bring in Farquhar. Generally, yeah, I leave it in the center. I have my thumb on it, ready to go. And yeah, I just react to it. So that's why you see on a couple of those like curveballs to Gallo, my PCI shot all the way down because I was just snapping it like that. So it snaps all the way past the ball sometimes, which kind of sucks. There was a point in time where everybody was throwing high fastballs. I want to say this was like 2014, maybe 2015, probably 2015. Everybody would throw high and inside fastballs. So I used to just keep my PCI up there and let them throw the ball right into my swing. but nobody really throws that pitch anymore. So I just keep the PCI in the center. And the center pitches are a little bit more rigged, I believe. They're much easier to hit for power. So I just keep it there. The annoying thing is when you're early or late and the PCI moves up or down. That part I don't like. I don't think it should be... Oh, I battle myself about that one. Sometimes I feel like it should be that way, and sometimes I feel like it shouldn't. Just because when you're trying to hit the pitch in the middle of the plate, like you can't move your PCI down and hope it, like, you know, readjusts itself back upwards when you swing early. I feel like that's just a bad way to think about it, but I guess that's what they want you to do. Yeah, I mean, I understand why they do it, because they want it to feel like the bat plane moving through the zone is kind of going up through it, and you know, when you're a little bit earlier, you're catching it at a higher point in your swing. But I think there's other ways to compensate for that, maybe. I'm trying to hit down the left field line right now. Yeah, and this is where, so last year I hit probably like 330 online or something like that. And I played online franchise a lot. And I was hitting, I was hitting 410 for an entire season, like multiple seasons online. Oh, he's trying to let me pinch hit, but I didn't pay attention. Yeah, I was hitting like crazy, because last year you could hit for power to the opposite field. Like, you're late, you're great, that was fine. But like, you could hit bombs to right field the opposite way. And I would rely on that a ton. And this year you can't do that, obviously. So I think it's good what they did in terms of opposite field power, but I think it's way too hard to hit line drives to right field. And I don't like that part about it. So I think that's where, yeah, same here. I swing early a lot this year, and it's really, really killed my batting average. I'm hitting, this season, I think I'm hitting like 250 or 260, which honestly is probably somewhat realistic. My slugging percentage is pretty decent still, but I just feel like there should be more line drives that you could hit to right field. And line drives in general. Some of these guys are like D. Gordon. He's got 90-something contact, but you can never hit line drives with him. He only hits flares over third base, or he hits pop-ups on pitches where probably squared it up decently. I should have been trying to hit a ground ball to the right side on that. And I really should bring in a pinch runner at second base. Let's try to go to right field, I think. That's going to be the move. No. I should have tried to steal. I probably could have made it. Alright, but now we got Pujols. If he intentionally walks me, which I don't think he will, but he might, and I'll probably bring in another pitcher, which is fine. I was going to say if he keeps in the lefty and he walks Pujols, I was going to bring in a J.D. Martinez to hit for... Come on. I was going to pinch hit for Jim Edmonds, but it's a moot point. Dude, I cannot hit. Oh, by the way, if you've seen that reducing pop-ups video, I'm going to talk about the monitor that I was using. That monitor is messed up. So I'm going back to that first monitor that I was talking about. And I just can't hit on this monitor. That doesn't excuse my bad pitching recently, but I've just felt so uncomfortable at the plate. Just trying to scrap out some wins. Yeah, me too. It was a good swing, actually. I don't know if you've done this mission right here, but where is it? Mark Reynolds. Dude, this card is amazing. 657 batting average. It's all on rookie. Mostly on rookie. But this dude just keeps hitting home runs. In 11 games, he has 12 home runs. What's his slugging? His slugging is 2,000. 1.1914. That's insane. Are you playing on a TV now? I used to play on a TV, and it is possible to play on a TV. I used to sit like on the floor. It is possible to play on the TV, but monitor is nice. It's nice and comfortable. You get to adjust really easily, especially if you can tilt the monitor up and down, like between at bats or between games. Just whatever feels comfortable in that moment. Let's see, what do I want to do here? I wanted to get that Tony Sip card, so I'm gonna play a conquest game. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if someone posted in the MLB page, but apparently Toys R Us has controllers for like $30 or something, brand new. But I didn't get a chance to check it out. Yeah, I'm gonna play a CPU game because I really don't want to play online right now. I'm gonna try to get this Hanniger mission done. And we could talk about some other stuff. Is Hanniger still, or Hannigan, I mean. I need 2 more hits with Molitor, no, Eric Karros. I need some hits with Pujols. Buddy Bell's gonna be in there. I need a lot of hits with left fielders as well. Let's see. I'm gonna put him in for Dobie. Who else did I need? A lot of pitchers. Oh, really? The PCI jumps just from the TV? Is it like input lag and stuff? I know like some 4K TVs have had that issue with the PS4 Pro, but I didn't realize like, well, maybe you are on PS4 Pro, but I didn't know that was still an issue. Jake McGee needs to be in. I want to get those 2 strikeouts with Davinsky, and what else do I want to do? I want to get this card right here, Jack Morris. I want to get his 5 innings. So I'm going to take out Rosenthal for now, and I'm just going to throw relief pitcher innings right now. Daniel Nava needs to come in as well. Matt Joyce needs 5 RBI. Kyle Schwarber, he's going to come out for Hannigan. Okay, gotcha. Yep, some strange things for sure. Pujols needs 5 hits. Nava needs 2 doubles. That's weird. Well, I heard people having issues with the PCI earlier on in the year, but I didn't realize it was still going on. I thought that was like taken care of by whatever had been fixed by a patch. I'm going to play against the Dodgers just so I can face a lefty for Hannigan. I've got no answers for you. I'm just thinking about... That's just weird. I have no answers, though. Alright, well, I wanted a lefty, but I'm not sure that I wanted to face Kershaw. I probably should take out Mac Choice. I don't know if it's worth facing Kershaw with the lefty. Yeah, directional. That's fun times. I think I've tried directional like twice. It just doesn't work for me. Especially with like this hitting view. I don't know. Directional just kind of floats all over the place. Like the whole screen turns and that kind of annoys me. Man. He's got 13 hits, just needs 2 more hits, and I can take him out of my lineup. There's one. Yeah, I'm gonna pinch it. I have to do this Steve Pierce anyway, so I'll bring him in for a while, and then maybe I'll bring in Trumbo if he brings a righty back in. But he's got a ways to go on his mission, so probably keep him in. That's got to be gone. If that's not gone, I'm gonna be mad. All right. It felt like a little bit of a pop-up when he hit it. Oh, you can? I didn't know that. What's the setting called? Yeah, exactly. It's all about the plate discipline and then just waiting for that pitch over the center. Oh, I didn't realize it was Hannigan. Oh well. Or Nava, actually. Man, I love playing the CPU so much more. It's easier to hit these pitches. Alright, I'm going to try to get some strikeouts with him. Because I also need strikeouts for James Shields. But that's the thing, is there's so many pitchers. So we're going to have 4 career arc pitchers, so that's 4 diamonds. No, actually, 5. Yeah, 5 career arc pitchers, 5 diamonds. And then we're going to have at least 3 immortal pitchers, which is like 399s. So I don't need all of those pitchers. And I don't want to do them all up front, so it might not be worth really trying to focus on some of these diamond pitcher missions, because I'm probably not going to need all of them. Probably not going to use all of them. Okay, I will definitely check that out because, well, I don't know. I don't think I'll use directional long term, but it might be nice in certain times when I want to like break a slump or just do something in particular. That might be useful. Yeah, I hope so. It's going to take a lot of stubs, though. I'm already about 200k stubs into the career arcs and the missions, and it takes about 800,000 stubs to get all 24, and then probably it's going to be 36 by the end of this week, or right by the time that all the career arcs come out. So it's going to be probably about 1 million stubs total, and I only have 200,000 in the bank right now. So I'm going to have to do them in stages or just keep saving up, which I don't think I want to do. Yeah, and I don't feel like doing the team epics either, which would save you a lot of stubs for those jerseys. Probably about 15k for each immortal, but those team epics are just such a waste. Last year at least you would get diamonds and stuff. There's like, what, 5 diamonds in this round? He's too good. Please. Yes. Okay. There's a double. I just need one RBI for the rest of the game with this guy. Just one RBI. If I can get that, it would be amazing. The Daniel Nava mission, man. Yeah, I mean, they're kind of doing it with the monthly rewards. You get like 8K stubs or something. But yeah, that was nice when you just all of a sudden hit that jackpot of like 14K stubs or 8K stubs. That was really nice. It was kind of dumb, but it was nice. All right. I'm just gonna try to get a lefty hit. Kyle Schwarber. I need 7 hits with left fielders. I mean. All right, that's dropping. Let's score. Come on, move. And nope, you're gonna have to come back. God dang. Yeah. Well, at least they're doing. They changed it up a little. I think they're doing souvenirs instead of particular hats and jerseys for this next round, which is good. But it's going to drive up the prices for a lot of different things. I don't know if I wrote down the Bell mission. I did, okay. So 2 hits, 1 extra base hit, and 1 RBI, or 1 run scored. Either way, he just needs another hit. I don't know if he got a hit in the first inning, I don't remember. Karros just needs 1 hit. Oh, if I had gotten that, I would have been able to take him out. It should have been nice. The Steve Pierce card is really nice against lefties. I got that Christian Villanueva card from the monthly rewards. He hasn't panned out for me very well. His ratings against lefties are pretty good, but he hasn't worked for me. It's not tough to get him. All you have to do is like Ranger souvenirs, obviously, but then you have to do, I think, I have it written down actually. With third baseman, you have to hit 25 extra base hits, 25 RBIs, and 8 home runs. And basically, I did that in like 10 games, not even 10 games. I probably did it in like 5 games with Mark Reynolds, all on his own. Had a couple other third basemen in there, but Mark Reynolds just carried the load. All right, what's this Nava mission? I haven't used him online, and probably never will. The Bell card, and he's all right. His swing is what I expected. So there's certain guys. Let's see, 3 hits and 2 doubles for Daniel Nava is what I need to get. But there's certain guys that are like tall hitters, and they have like their bat pointed straight up. So those guys that I think of are Eric Karros, Paul Molitor, and Buddy Belt. They're all kind of like the same hitter in my mind. And I don't hit well with those guys generally online. Joe Torre's also kind of similar, but he's got a little like closed stance, a little bit different, but that's kind of what I think of. I don't hit well with those guys generally. And they don't have a leg kick either. A leg lift, I mean. That usually helps me time up pitches a little bit better. They just kind of go one motion, they're like right here, and then they're like that, and then they swing. I don't like that swing as much. Alright, so that's 1 for Davinsky, and if I can get the second strikeout, that means I'll have Tony sip after this game, and I can get back into events. But I'll show you Buddy Bell's ratings. I think I can do it right now, actually. Yeah, so his defense is great, and he can play shortstop as well, but not enough speed. and definitely not enough power in my opinion. Although like the 62 against righties is nice, because I hate it when it's the other way around, where like against the same handedness, like against a right-handed pitcher, he does worse or something. But when it's like this, you're like, I feel like he's a little bit easier to hit with. And obviously he's hitting 091, and I think his only hits were in this game. I was playing on Legend, so that hurt. But yeah, he's not super viable.
Inside, ball one.
Yeah, that's good. If you don't notice the. Did I strike the last guy out, by the way? Oh well, I'll just strike this guy out. If you don't notice the swings, that's good. But for me, it's like the way that I hit. Like there's so much that goes on in my head for each swing that I want to time it up a certain way to hit it a certain way. And because of that, okay, so Kershaw's still in here after giving up 7 runs, but he what was I gonna say? Yeah, if you can avoid thinking about those things, then it opens up a lot of different hitters for you. But certain guys just get in my head. I need to get some runners on for Hannigan next time. Yeah, his card is solid. The defense is great. Obviously, contact is great, but just feel like sometimes it doesn't play the way it should. I think if you have the PCI on, I think contact is probably a little bit better. But I just miss the ball so much and buy so much. I need to bring in a new pitcher. What? So I want to get the win with Jack Morris. He needs 5 innings pitched. Actually, he's not going to get the win now, is he? So the timing, I don't know exactly the answer to that question. Let me think about it for a second, how to articulate it. I guess it's just kind of a visual thing where like, maybe not so much as it helps you. The leg kick may not be super helpful, but it's just that when there's no leg kick and then like last second, right before the hands are coming down to swing at the ball, when the foot moves right before you're supposed to swing, I think that motion kind of throws off my timing a little bit. And that's kind of like why, kind of another part why I don't like the PCI, right? Because I don't like that visual distraction for me. And I feel like the foot doing that last second step is a visual distraction for me, if that makes sense. But it is like something that pro players will tell you. Like Jose Bautista, when he started getting good, he had a couple good years that he was just hitting bomb after bomb. That big thing they did was add that high leg kick. If you can balance it, it's great. Not everybody can balance it though. I'm not sure if this kind of stuff would distract me as much if I had a different hitting view. But it is what it is. It also feels kind of late. Like, it just feels like the leg kick is happening a lot later than it needs to be. Which I don't know if it's actually true, but it just feels like that. Bad pitches to swing at. Alright, do you know if obviously you have to have 5 innings pitched with the starter, but if a relief pitcher comes in the second inning, does that relief pitcher get the win, or does whoever was pitching after 5 innings get the win? Because if I put in Morrison, I don't think he's going to get the win. Strike zones 2 is nice. I was starting off with that at the beginning of the year, and then I moved off of it. But I moved off of it at the same time that I moved off of this. That I moved off of this monitor, and so I changed like 2 variables at the same time. Which probably wasn't good, but like I started hitting after that, so I never really changed back. But I think strike zone 2 is great, and I might go back to it. But I don't think I can go to it on this monitor. Joey Gallo with the ace pitching. Maybe. It's a risk. The good thing is, well, no. I could be doing other missions. So, I'll probably skip that mission. That's not worth doing because I can do other missions right now. Daniel Nava needs 2 more hits, 1 more double. If I can get the double right now, I'm in good shape. That might not be enough. I'm just gonna go just because I think they got rid of the thing where if you round that base and try to go to third, they won't tag you out. But it's probably worth trying anyway. Man. This Billy Williams card is amazing. Do you have him? Williams and Dovey, both of them. I think they're both beasts. And they're probably not going to stay in my lineup forever, but they're definitely going to be on my bench. Come on. That wasn't the pitch to swing at. I need a lefty to come in. The Dodgers only have 1 lefty in their bullpen, I believe. But I need to get 3 innings with Lee Smith, and then I'll probably try to do a 3-inning save, which is perfect. I don't understand how people do like perfect games in 27 pitches, but apparently it happens. Especially when that happens. You have to get the pitcher to swing at every single pitch. The computer, I mean. Yeah, they're great. Nice. I really like how the numbers turned out on the back of my uniform. Come on. Pick it up. There's a baby crying somewhere around here. And nobody around here has a baby. So I'm confused. Anyway, what else is new, man? Alright, I'm going to put up 14 runs in this inning. Just for fun. We're going to have good at-bats, and we're going to... Never mind. I still need one more inning out of Lee Smith, so nope, he's got to get an at-bat. So I'm definitely not scoring 14 runs. Probably scores 0 runs because Buddy Bell's coming up next. A 61 power is enough for a home run on rookie. There it is. Nope. Okay, look at that. Did you see that? The bat plane, it was horizontal when the ball made contact. I don't think it's accurate, but it's definitely weird. I'm not a fan. How long have you been playing the show, by the way? How many years? I'm surprised there's a lot of like people that are still first-time players, and I think it's really cool. And I think there's so much that MLB The Show could do to like bring youth into baseball again. Because there's hardcore people that play travel ball and all that stuff, and school teams and whatnot. But I think youth baseball is kind of falling off as a pastime. So I want to see that happen. I'll go with the Trout Hoffman card. I just think there's so many things like with video games being so prevalent and baseball falling off, there's just so much opportunity there for them. Oh, all right. I've been hitting decently with that Karos card, actually. I feel like he's gotten a lot of pitches to hit, but surprisingly I've been hitting well with him. But he does have a lot of power, actually, against righties. He's very similar to the Orlando Cepeda card, where he's got power and contact against righties, but he's got even more contact against lefties, but much less power. But he's decent. I hadn't scored in like 5 innings before that. Alright, I'm going to try to pull this ball, I think. Try to go down the line. I didn't swing at that. I check swing that. Okay. Well, I've got my 3 hits. I just need a double. Just need a double. There's a swing. I'm thinking I have Pujols as my created player's batting stance, but I kind of want to change it to Mark Reynolds. The only thing is that since my created player is a switch hitter, I kind of want a guy that is a switch hitter or has good splits against the opposite handedness, because I feel like, I don't know, it's probably something that's just in my head, but sometimes it feels like if a certain swing is good against righties, either righties or lefties, then it's not as good against the other ones based on their ratings. I don't want to put my cap in a situation like that. Like the Mark Reynolds card is much better against right-handed pitching, and as a switch hitter, he's never going to face same-handedness the way Mark Reynolds does as a righty facing righties, and is better against righties. But that just doesn't happen for him. Alright, well, we didn't score 14 innings, but we did 14 runs, but we did score 3. Nice. Man, his control is on point. Ooh. Trying to get that immaculate inning. One pitch away. So close. Trumbo's swing is super broken. He's got like a, I don't know, it glitches at the end and he like double swings for some reason. I think I still have like 10 hits to get with Pujols. I'm not sure how many left fielder hits I need though. Alright. I'm not gonna swing because I need an RBI with Hannigan and he's up next, so either Williams is gonna take a walk or he's gonna strike out. But I need a runner on third with nobody out for Hannigan. So we're not touching this controller. Ace pitch. Alright, Ryan. This is your moment to shine. Please drive this guy in. If you hit a pop-up, I will be upset. Drop. Please drop. Okay, that's up the line. I would have been so mad. He popped it up. I got super lucky on that one. Apparently Daniel Nava didn't even hit his double. They didn't count it as a double, so he just has 4 singles in this game.
D-Rod. 3.
I wish I was still doing strikeout missions, but I'm not.
That's a ball.
I should have just played a Conquest game, honestly.
1 ball, 1 strike.
This was ridiculous, but at least I got the Hannigan mission done. Which means I'll be ready for the catcher when he comes out. Who do you think the career arcs are going to be, other than Mike Schmidt and Frank Thomas? Frank Thomas is nice. He's going to be a 98 overall, so almost an immortal, just without the hitting abilities. I mean, fielding abilities. I don't know who's playing second. I think it's Daniel Nava. Not bad. Eric Karros, I think, was making that play. Maybe Steve Pierce, actually. No, Mark Trumbo. Okay. I once played a game, an online franchise in 17 against Nolan Arenado, the Rockies, and Arenado made 4 errors and 1 inning. I don't know what happened, but for some reason Arenado just always makes errors against me. Happened against me twice in a Diamond Dynasty game recently. I don't know how, but he just makes a ton of errors. Come on.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, there was something weird about like the way they changed up
He's out.
the souvenirs or something. I can't remember what was going on with it, but it's like people are buying up the hats and the jerseys, but since the souvenirs are also going to be available, they might actually decrease when he comes out, because apparently they're like, I think a lot of people are doing what you're doing and saving the White Sox stuff. And I don't think it'll happen, but I think a lot of people are thinking the same thing that you're thinking, which is a good idea. But I'm just not sure what like percentage of people that is.
Slow down. 3-2.
But yeah, like if you can get to it like the day that he gets released, I think that would probably be the best. Oh, definitely, 100%. Third base and first baseman, the fielding is just, I've been really disappointed with it the last few years. It's kind of always been that way, but I feel like they don't realize how bad it is. Ooh, we're finally silver? Or are we finally gold? Finally gold, nice. There's a daily pack. And we're going to have a couple of missions finished as well. I think the Lee Smith is going to be finished, which means I can get a new... Oh, what? I definitely pitched 3 innings with him. Oh, that sucks. I think I have 5 saves with Hoffman. Should have some hats in here. Yeah. It could backfire. I don't think it really will, but just something to keep in mind. It's probably still a good idea. Because like there probably are a lot of people that are thinking the way that you are, but I think for the most part it's not true. It's just the only thing that made me think that way was that the White Sox stuff is still expensive, even though there isn't like too many people that use the White Sox equipment or souvenirs and stuff. So I was surprised that it is as expensive as it is. And that's what made me believe that maybe a lot of people are doing what you're doing. Yes. Yeah, I faced him a couple times so far. He's scary. That's one way to put it. Eric Karros is finished. That card's not bad. Very similar to the Cepeda. Fielding's not great, but some arm accuracy in there for you. He's alright. Doesn't play like a lot of the better first baseman though. Alright, we finished one mission for Buddy Bell. And what's left? 35 hits and 10 runs. A long way to go. Nothing for me there. Still 3 more hits with left fielders. Melky. That's some excellent contact right there. This is not a bad card, other than the than his power. Trim was the way to go. Matt Joyce. Oh, I should have had him in the game. I think I took him out for Kershaw. Nava, man. That one's going to be a pain. Yep. I just went ham. I couldn't play online, man. I couldn't hit. So I came straight here. Did these missions. There it is. That's the one I was looking for. Couldn't think of it. Now we got the sip, and now we can get back into events. I'll probably only play a couple more games, but we'll see. I do want to eat. I had a late lunch and it was like super filling. I'm one complete game away from this one. And then I need to do Battle Royale wins, Conquest wins, and then these 4 Breakout Series wins. What else was I thinking in here? I'm checking on Pujols. 11 hits left with Pujols. I could probably get it done in an event run. And probably nothing else in here. So let's do this. Jump back in here. Which Immortals are you trying to get? Holds for what? One of the players? Because there's like which are those two? Gossage and Billy Wagner. Those guys need holds, but I thought those are like 200 holds. Take out Rondon. Put in Oldresamer Despain. Why did they put 3 catchers in for me? That's boneheaded. This Edgar Martinez I can't hit with either. And I'm thinking I might go with Jose Altuve. I might go with him over D. Gordon. I've just been hitting better with D. Gordon, that's all. Gallo's got to stay in. JD Martinez is going to come in for Evan Gattis. And I don't need a backup catcher. Oh, the June monthly. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, those are alright. You could play a CPU game, probably do that in like 4 games. If you just put in one at a time. Who am I missing? I need a left-handed bat on the bench. Billy Williams. Who is in here that's not supposed to be in here? Buddy Bell. Alright, so we're going back with Ketel Marte. My shortstop, Chris Carter, is going to come down here for Pujols. And I think we're set. Gonna move Gallo up. Yeah, I can run with that. We got Davinsky, Farquhar, Sip, Dyson. Alright. We're going to win some games this time. We're going to be patient, and we're going to hit the ball. That's all there is to it. Ooh, I was supposed to be working on a lab report. That's okay. We'll do that later. Ketel Marte, yeah, he's a beast. I'm surprised by how well he's done for me. Paul Blackburn, I think this is the guy that the White Sox beat up on today. I'm really disappointed by D. Gordon. Especially the way I was hitting with Altuve and Ketel Marte. I was really hoping D. Gordon could do something for me. But he did not. That looked pretty intentional. That's what you get. Shenanigans. What are the chances that I got 12 quits against me? I think he's trying to make me quit. I'm not even taking a lead. That'd have been amazing if it was a home run. But it wasn't even close. I can't tell if this guy's just a goon or if he's actually trying to do things. I should have taken out this Lee Smith card. I could have opened up some space probably. He doesn't have anyone good at the top. Yeah. I haven't played as many, like people talk about like sore losers and like, all these guys who do stupid stuff on the base paths and whatnot, but I haven't played too much against that. There's obviously, everybody tries to go like fake out when the ball's hit to third base. They try to fake it out, go back to second base, and then start running to third. Everybody does that, but there's certain people that just cheese as much as they can, and luckily I haven't had to face those guys. I had a game the other day. I was down by 4 going into the 9th, and then scored 5 in the top of the 9th. Oh, I didn't think he was going to get there. Scored 5 at the top of the 9th, and then blew it in the bottom of the 9th. And we went to extras, and then I scored a run, and then he scored a run, and then I scored a run, and he scored a run. And then I scored a run, and then, or I didn't score a run. And then he walked off of a pitch by a hit by the pitcher. He hit a line drive over the third baseman's head to win the game by a pitcher. I was mad. It was a great game too. Like the guy was dominating me for a while, but we were both hitting bombs. And then that pitcher, man. And it was my fault because I got cocky and I tried to bring in John Axford so I could get his saves mission done, and I just got cocky. I shouldn't have brought him in. I should have brought in Lee Smith, and I brought in that card, and then he gave up the home run. That's on me. Yeah, that's like the one ranked seasons game I've played all week. I've been too frustrated to get back into it. I'm at 823 right now, and I only have a week to go, so I'm gonna have to play ranked seasons pretty soon. Nice. Gallo is apparently still the GOAT. Look at that PCI. That was on the corner. I've hit way more solid. I put the PCI way more solid on curveballs that have been hit into the dirt. I think SDS still has a ways to go. I think this game has a lot of potential in terms of competitiveness, but I think this PCI thing is something that still needs to be adjusted. Oh, that was on me. I yanked it. I pulled the PCI when I didn't need to.
What do you got?
I've been having a lot of check swings called against me recently, but I was fully expecting that to be called a strike, even though I know I didn't swing. I thought he was going to call it a strike. Let's warm up a new pitcher. Farquhar's ready. Let's see. He's got not great hitters. I think I'm just going to leave Farquhar ready to go. I'll just warm up Tony Sip, and then once I put Farquhar in, I will warm up someone else.
Nope, that's a ball.
Man, I thought I got that pitch. He does not have enough contact for that, though. I was playing a guy the other day, and he walked me. He walked Joey Gallo every time he came up. He did not want to face him. It was like no outs, nobody on, leadoff batter, and he just walked him.
No balls, 2 strikes.
He must have been burned by him too many times. This Piazza card's nice. He hits very solid line drives, and he's a really good breaking ball hitter. That was lucky. Is that Pujols playing first base? I messed something up big time. I think that was Pujols. Yeah, Carter's playing first base. Gallo's in left field. I switched him up. Yeah, they gave him on treatment for sure. At least they didn't walk him with the bases loaded. That would have been hilarious. Walk him intentionally, I mean. But this is going to be annoying. I'm going to have to switch the lineup every time so that I can get Pujols at first and Chris Carter in left field. Nice. Yeah, that's why I just leave this with the PCI in the center. People make too many mistakes over the center, and it's just swing and you just let it fly. He might quit though. Yeah. So that's one quit. What are the chances we get 11 more? 11 more before we even throw a pitch. That would be great. I would accept it. We're at 23 wins. We're not even halfway to the diamond. So let me go see how much Mike Scott is. Is it worth getting Mike Scott? He's 25K. He used to be, I think, 17. No, maybe not. Yeah, it broke his heart. Is it worth getting him? Is he 40 wins or is he 35 wins? I think he's 40 wins. Yeah. Because there's no guarantee that if I play 5 ranked seasons games that I get into World Series, and I really want to get into World Series this season. But the way I've been hitting, it might not happen, and I might need to take a few games. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to play this event run, and if I lose early, I'm not going to try to get to that 40 and 50. That's what I'm going to do. If I get to like 12 wins, if I go 12-0 or something, that would put me at 39 wins. No, 34 wins. Yeah. That would put me at 34 wins. And then I'd be close enough to at least get the Mike Scott, and then I'll reconsider. But I've only gone 12-0 like once or twice, so I don't expect it. Honestly, I expect to get like 5 wins in this, and if I get 5 wins, I'm cool with that. And then I'll go back to ranked seasons. Wait. There we go. Man, every time I play Battle Royale or events, it's always against Chicagoans. Oh, let's get some South Bend, I guess. But all of these Cubs fans, sometimes Sox fans, but so many Cubs fans. It's annoying. Only gets to face a lefty to start off. Looks like I'm gonna hit a home run. That was so close. Not enough height. Oh, power, I guess. It was actually a great launch angle. Keeping him in for one more. This guy's a division series, so he's beatable. Nice. Let's see who's coming up. He's got 2 lefties, but I'm gonna have to face the righty anyway. So I'll warm up Farquhar for his cutter. I might steal here. I didn't get a good enough jump. I wanted to foul that off.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Man. Joey Gallo's the only one that can play third base, man. He's the only one that can hit, and he's the only one that can play third base. I've seen him make that stab catch so many times today. Nobody else makes that catch. Everybody else lets that ball get underneath him. Alright, Farquhar's coming up. That's a better pitch. I get burned on this one too much, that low cutter that moves from the right side of the center to the left side of the center. That one burns me. Finally, I've struggled to throw the curveball in that spot. I've been getting burned on change-ups recently too. Let's see, he's gonna throw me a breaking ball first pitch. No, change-up. Wasn't looking for it. I am expecting a breaking ball, so I'm sitting on it though. That's the one.
One ball, 2 strikes.
He might try to throw me a fastball on the outside half right now. Let's see. I'll talk about it when I get back to the pitcher side. But I try to throw a lot of fastballs actually. I think the fastball sets everything up. And as long as you place it properly, it's still a good pitch. I know a lot of people aren't throwing fastballs this year. But I try to get them thinking about the fastball. Like I want to throw enough fastballs that they're always looking for a fastball, so that when I don't throw a fastball, it absolutely destroys them. Come on. I don't think I was that early on it. Look at that. That's a perfect... The timing wasn't bad on that, I thought. It should have been a line drive down the third base line. There's more to it, so I'll bring it back up when I get to the pitcher side. And honestly, I think there's a lot of work I can still do on my pitching. Obviously, my hitting has taken a hit as well recently, but at least I know what to do for hitting. Pitching sometimes, it can still get to me. Nice play. Yeah, so I'm starting off with a fastball. Go in there, go inside with a cutter, especially to lefties. If I have a cutter, I try to abuse it, because either that's going to happen, or then he's set up for something else, because he's thinking about the cutter, but he's also thinking about the fastball. He thinks, I won't say that. That's kind of too general, because if I was pitching, if I was hitting, where the ball hits, yeah, they turned off injuries this year, and it's been annoying. I think the ball should just go through the pitcher unless it's like a certain speed, like let's say over 90 miles an hour. No. If it's under like 80 miles an hour, I think the pitcher should be able to field it. Otherwise, it should just go right through him. There shouldn't be a contact animation. But yeah, it's pretty annoying. Yeah, so I'm setting up with that cutter. And like I was saying, some hitters will see that cutter and then they'll think, okay, he's setting up the cutter and now he's going to use a fastball to try to strike me out in the inside half. So now I'm looking for a fastball. But that's, I would consider that a little bit higher level, or more, sometimes even overthinking. I thought he was going to go back. And I did try to go to third, but it wouldn't let me. Anyway. Is he hitting the pitcher? Alright. He better not get a hit right here.
Off the plate, ball one.
You gotta be kidding me. Oh my god. I can't believe that. He was safe by a mile. It was a bad slide, I guess.
Outside, that's a ball.
Well, not a great spot to be in right now. 2-0, great hitter like this. This is when you really
Snub Nasty, what's up, my man? How are you?
This might be the time to start mixing in your
I did not swing at that. I barely check swinged. Chris Carter has no plate discipline, I think. There's no plate vision. I don't know. Never mind. But I don't think I swung at that pitch. Good. Yo, I have a signed Marcus Stroman hat. Are you interested in that? I got it for Challenge of the Week, like week 2 or something. and I don't think I'm gonna wear it. So I figured give it to someone who wants it. You're a Blue Jays fan, right? Alright. We'll talk about it. Send me a friend request on PSN. We can message. I don't think YouTube does messaging anymore, or they're like getting rid of it in July. As soon as I would have been able to use it, but yeah, just message me. DudeFood27. Sweet. You been to any games this year? Me and Nacho were just talking about, oh, well, you just missed a wild pitch after this guy, he tried to run on Jim Edmonds with one out, tried to go to third, and I messed up, and I threw to second instead, and then I threw a wild pitch, but then somehow I still got it to the pitcher in time to throw the guy out after it looked like he was safe. So I'm still buzzed about that one. And we were talking about throwing certain pitches in certain counts. Nova Scotia, okay. I took a geography class in my freshman year of high school, which was 8 years ago, I think. And then we did like world geography, and we learned all the provinces in Canada. Now I don't remember anything. Dude, this guy's just making fun of me now. He's keeping in Elias. He's a common pitcher, I believe. Is he? Maybe he's a silver, actually. That's probably why. He may be a silver pitcher. But either way, he's keeping that guy in way too long. And I feel like he's just making fun of me for not being able to hit today. That sucks. Yeah, I won, it was Keuchel versus Cano, and I got second place. I didn't get first place. But whoever did get first place, I think it was like Harsh or somebody, who was always at the top at the beginning. He already won before, so they don't give the prize again to someone who's already won. And ooh, he's going to be caught off first base. Let's get him. Oh, Springer's taking way too much time. Alright, that worked. Yeah, so they didn't give him the prize, but I was second, so I got that prize. Last year I won a Justin Turner autographed jersey. So it wasn't even a hat. It was ridiculous. It was a big freaking jersey. And my best friend, one of my friends is a big Dodgers fan. So I gave that one. Sorry. Come on. Yeah, so I gave that one away too. But I have so much White Sox gear, like t-shirts and stuff, and hats. Okay. I'll take it. He might quit after that. Nah, he's not gonna quit. He's a baller. You better score. Alright. I thought he was gonna make that catch too. Yeah, I'm from Chicago. 2 blocks that way. Right. Where am I looking? That way is the White Sox Stadium. 2 blocks over. It's about a 5-minute walk, so I went to like 13 games last year. Super fun. But now I'm broke. And I'm moving out down the street in a couple of days. A couple weeks, next month. But we're only moving a few blocks, but it's not going to be as perfect as right here. Yeah, challenge of the week is it's fun. This apartment we've been living in for a few years, and we have some new roommates. But the real reason is that my roommate doesn't like our landlord. Don't tell him I said that. But he's like really nice. He just doesn't remember stuff sometimes. There's been like a leak in the roof for about 4 years. No, 3 years. And every time he comes, I remind him about the leak. And he's like, yeah, we just gotta get it fixed. And then he doesn't do anything, so. My roommate's frustrated about that. The new place is pretty nice. But, yeah. We're still staying in the same area. It's for college. So we're just moving a few blocks over. Yeah, challenge of the week, it's fun. I'm good. So, as you guys have seen, I miss a lot of pitches. I don't square up the ball like a ton, but I probably haven't struck out this entire time, maybe like once or twice. And so that's what I'm good at, is not striking out. Actually, I think I finished a mission. So that's why I'm good at challenge of the week, is that I just put the bat on the ball. I have a good approach, contact swing the other way, and I'm good at making some semblance of contact, so that's what gets me those scores. I did put some videos up actually about challenge of the week, and I plan to do some more later on, because it is a good way to learn hitting, in my opinion. It's very good for timing. If you struggle with timing, I think challenge of the week is the best way to do it, because you just get so many pitches over and over and over, and you really get into your timing for all the different pitches, different types of pitchers every week, every type of hitter as well. So it gives you a little practice session, and I think it's better than the practice mode that they have. But if you are good enough at making contact, you don't have to be great at putting every pitch over this fence or something. I usually hit like 2 or 3 home runs per run. So even when I scored whatever 6 or 7 million, I only probably put 5 balls over the fence. So that's not a big part of it. It's just putting the ball in play and just having a particular approach for certain pitchers. So if you've seen any of those videos that I did about challenge of the week, it's really just like, what's this guy throwing? How much of a difference is it between his different pitches? And then what can he do with that? So like, there was the Ohtani one where he throws like 99, 100, and then he's got his splitter, and he's got his curveball, and he's got his slider. So he's got all this stuff. And it all does different, like, it all moves in different directions, but they all kind of move away from you, right? Or down and away. Other than the splitter a little bit. But I think that was against Carlos Correa. So in that one, you have to hit the fastball down the line. You can't even try to hit it up the middle. You can't hit it to right center. You have to hit that fastball down the opposite line, because everything else has so much, like, speed disparity. See, there's another Cubs guy. So many Chicagoans. I guess it has something to do with servers. Yeah, so you hit that ball down the right field line, whereas the Cano versus Keuchel, his fastball is so slow. His changeup's good, but his fastball's so slow that you have enough time to adjust to everything else. So you can actually hit that fastball up the middle instead of hitting it to the right field line. So those kind of small things make a big difference, because it's really just, you miss one pitch after a little while. You swing and miss one time and it's all over. So just trying to get that contact swing on the ball makes all the difference. And I'm sure, like, the guys that are at the top every week, some of those guys are just elite, and they can make contact no matter what they think of. So it doesn't matter for them. But, like, for me, I have to think about it in order to do it. I probably should have put in Tony Sip. No, I play Diamond Dynasty the most. Challenge of the week, I only play 1 to 2 rounds a day, if even. Sometimes I don't. My God in DD, no. I am a World Series player, but I'm certainly not elite. My winning percentage is around 600 or 65%. So I'm pretty good. But it doesn't, like, just because I'm at the top at Challenge of the Week usually, it doesn't necessarily translate, because there's so much more than just putting the ball in play in this game, hitting for power and everything, which is good because I can hit for power. So that's fine, but it doesn't equate to me being like elite in Diamond Dynasty, is what I'm trying to say. In the negatives. That's okay. Oh man, I definitely should have brought in Tony Sip. That was a mistake. That was a mental mistake, and that can't happen. Why are you? Recently I've only been playing like 2 to 3 hours, I'd say, and not every day even. When I was like really getting into this game, when I was really good, not really good, but when I was at my peak performance, I was probably playing like 6 or 7 hours a day, a few times a week. So I was playing a lot. I was playing a ton. I wanted to see how good I could get. I'm a college student, so I'm still in school, taking a summer class right now. And I do like tutoring, math tutoring and prep on the side, test prep. And what else do I do? I worked at my dad's engineering company for every summer, basically. I do some electrical drawings for him on the side, using like a Autodesk, a CAD software. So I don't buy stubs. I've never bought stubs in my life. What do? I play Challenge of the Week, so I get like 15K a week playing Challenge of the Week. And then my Diamond Dynasty rewards are a big chunk of it. You can usually get, I want to say like 50K out of whatever you get from World Series rewards, which is good. And then I flip diamond equipment. That's helped a lot too. Because once you have enough stubs in your inventory, then it's just a lot easier to just keep flipping and flipping with the bigger items. I tried your method of flipping stadiums. I thought that was cool, but I only tried it like once. I think by the time I had gotten to, man, that should have been a home run. Yeah, by the time I got to your video about flipping those stadiums, it had already gone up, so there wasn't as much of a profit margin. But that was a good idea, and there's still definitely like certain cards you can do it. Get up. That's not enough. It's playing Gallo in center. Interesting. There are cards you can flip like that. Those 100 stub profits that flip really quick, and I think they have to do with whatever cards are being used in missions at the time. So like those 74 overalls, like what's it called? Like if you're exchanging like center fielders or something, there's a bunch of 74 overall bronzes that have a high profit margin relatively. And they're always being moved because people are always trying to exchange them, and they're always available. So I think that would be an option if you're trying to do small scale, just like grinding flips. But I like to do the bigger scale things, just because I don't like spending time in the community market too much. I like to play games. But I have not gone 12-0. I think I did 12-1 last year. Come on. That wasn't a terrible pitch. But it was right on the corner and that pitch is hittable. I'm not good enough to go 12-0. That's just the honest truth. I always lose the 4th game of Battle Royale especially, and I've been doing pretty poorly in this event run as well. When I win games against good players, it's because I competed and kept them down for long enough, and then I come back late in the game. That's usually how I win against them. I put pressure on and then strike at the end. But in Battle Royale, there's just such a smaller margin, and events even, there's just a smaller margin for error, and it usually breaks me. I don't do too well in these 3-inning games. Either I just kill someone and they quit, or I go 0-0 and they beat me, or situation like this, gave up a couple of tough home runs. This guy's probably a good player. Shoot. Yeah, that's what I was talking to Nacho about this before I started this game. Man, I keep missing the breaking ball with Gala. That if I don't go like 12-0 basically in this run, then I'm probably not going to continue on and try to get higher, because this is, I think, my 25th win. Well, my next win will be 25, which means I'll get the 2 bobbleheads. Which is probably enough for now. We'll see. I don't know if I want to go put in double the time that I already did, because I don't know if I have time for that. That was a good pitch. What else are you playing these days? Mostly ranked seasons? Who's not a good plate approach? Is he playing Chris Davis at third base? I might have to bunt cheese him a little bit just to make him throw him off a little bit. Yeah, Conquest Extreme. I tried playing today and yesterday. I won the first game on Legend. I did a lot of it. A lot of like the first tier missions. I have 40% done. So I was trying to do the Dodgers on 2 turns, and I beat the Dodgers on Legend. Well, first time I had like some guy playing second base that shouldn't have been playing second base, and I lost because of it. And then I won the next time, but then I forgot that I have to play them on Legend again, and then I blew that game and I lost. So it's just too frustrating to do too much. What's your progress like on Conquest Extreme? I wasn't expecting him to steal. Is it frozen? Nah. If it did freeze, I would have quit, because he's winning. If I'm losing, I quit. But if I'm winning, I'm gonna hold out probably. I'm being no hit right now. 3 wins in a row for PR or the event. Yeah, same here. I'll get that usually first 3 wins, but even recently I've been struggling to do that. I used to be able to get 9 wins easily, but not anymore. I'm off my game. Yeah. I was hoping to get the Giants done after that too, get to 50%, even though there's no 50% reward. Because I know I can do the Yankees one easily because it's just Hall of Fame, I believe. Come on. I got that pitch. Look at that. That's perfect. Exactly what I wanted to do with that pitch, but I guess not. Alright. Brian McCann. I could pinch hit, but he's been decent. I want to hit a gapper to right center. Man, I'm not picking up the slider. What's your team looking like right now? Like diamonds mostly? That one was a good pitch, but there were a couple of sliders earlier that I should have hit. I'm gonna bring in Jay Buhner. Hope that he brings in a righty. I guess not. I guess I didn't need it. But now I still have to score another run. And he's probably going to bring in someone else to face Altuve. Now I got Ketel Marte. I guess not. I'm going to try to work a walk. 2 diamonds on a gold. Gotcha. Edwin Diaz. I saw Edwin Diaz on MLB Network last night. It was really interesting. Conquest diamonds. Which ones were those? Like Luis Gonzalez and Edgar Martinez? Those are like my 2 least favorite cards in the game. Beat it out. Yes. Alright, we're in business. We can mess with his head now. Oh no. Alright, we got a runner in scoring position though. Okay. We got the tying run on base and the go-ahead run on base. I could risk it and try to get both of them into scoring position. But Gallo's going to be up after Pujols, which means as long as I don't have hit a double play, Gallo's going to be in position to win the game. He might even bring in a new pitcher. Or, oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. That's what me and Nacho were talking about before. The ball's down the middle, and you just leave that PCI there, but apparently because the PCI is early, the PCI moves up and you hit a ground ball and a pitch down the middle. That part's frustrating. I could have won that game. Alright, you know what? I'm going to play one last events game. Hope it's enough. I think everybody's frustrated with this event. They said that there's an event from last year that's coming back. And I really hope it's the lefties versus righties, because that event was a ton of fun. It was just a bunch of left-handed pitchers and a bunch of right-handed hitters. I had a ton of fun with that event. He's got all of his silvers at the top and golds at the bottom. That's interesting. Carolina Trump boys. Interesting. I'm starting to wonder if I should put Joey Gallo at the top of the lineup as well. Oh my goodness. And that's why I was thinking about it. I'm gonna go with Ziegler. I better not lose this game. I really don't want to start another events run. I just want to win this game, and that'll be it. I'm not going to play more events after I win my next game, get that bobblehead. Then I'll have a stand usual mission available as well.
Counts 1-0. Yep, that ball went out.
He's about to go yard opposite field again.
That's a ball.
He's got Mike Zunino, that's a move. I haven't seen anybody, actually I saw one person use Mike Zunino so far this event, but he's probably a really good option.
Oh, that's out.
Oh yeah. You have a good night, my man. Thanks for stopping by. Honestly, I'm not totally sure if I'm gonna go through with this giveaway since there were only like 2 people here. Technically, nobody entered into the giveaway. But yeah, hit me up about that Blue Jays hat.
D-Rock.
The only thing about the Blue Jays hat, well, if you're still here, but is I'm not sure about shipping because they have like, I tried to ship a laptop to my cousin in Canada and I had to pay an extra $100 for, on top of everything else, on top of shipping for whatever it's called. You know what it's called, but yeah. So if I have to pay like a bunch for that, then maybe not. We'll see. But we'll talk about it. Thanks for coming by. I'll see you one of these days. It's getting really hot in this room. I'm getting fatigued. I tried to have the fan on earlier on, but it was so loud. I tried to test the sound on the computer. It was really bad. Nacho, if you're still here, I want to know how you feel about the Orioles keeping Chris Davis and getting rid of Nelson Cruz, however many years ago it was. It seems like a pretty brutal move now. I always wonder about these guys who get caught for PEDs, because some of them come back and they're still good. Like Nelson Cruz got caught, but he's still good. And I wonder if like he actually stopped taking them or not. But at the same time, like if he did stop taking them, then he's all of a sudden like, yo, I never had to get suspended in the first place. I was good enough to do it without the PEDs, which I think is also pretty funny.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Let's go upstairs. "13 pitches."
Outside, ball four.
Oh.
He's safe.
Major brain fart. That can't happen. All right. I'm gonna concede the run and try to get the out. Well, kind of. No. You gotta be kidding me. That was the dumbest thing that could happen. Let's see if he keeps the pitcher in. I guess he is. Yeah, I deserve that one. Probably thinks I'm stupid. Well, we have to score 3 runs. I'm sick of this man. I was a much better hitter before the patch. I don't mind like smaller PCI, but the whole like dipping below the zone and everything is just frustrating. I'm also going to blame it on the monitor, and also I've had a terrible approach. So everything's just working against me, and most of it's my own fault. Come on. That's unbelievable. Alright, well, finally I can take out Tony Sip. Once Joey's done. I need to get that strike. I thought he was just going to let that go right past him. He wasn't putting his glove up. By the way, if you're watching this right now, if you're still in this chat, so far nobody's signed up for the giveaway, which is fine, but I will leave up a video indicating that if someone wants to join the giveaway during the video instead of on stream, they can do that. And if that's the case, then you guys can enter just following the description. In the description of this video, there should be instructions on the giveaway. If you follow those instructions, as long as like, I don't know, more than at least 10 people sign up for the giveaway, the raffle basically, then I will continue to have it. I mean, I will go through with it, is what I mean. But if it's only like 2 or 3 people, then I don't think I can do the giveaway. Hopefully that's not unfair. But yeah, just drop your PSN, follow the instructions, if you're still interested. And if enough people comment on the video, then we will go ahead with it and you'll be entered in, so you don't have to worry about it. Alright, we need base runners, bottom of the third, so I'm trying to hit it down the line. It's a good approach. Pretty sure that timing was okay, actually. Balls. Alright, we got one out to work with. Pitcher's coming up. Let's see what we can do. I mean, back-to-back-to-back home runs wouldn't be too bad right now. By the way, check the pitch that he just threw. I was looking sinker. He threw that pitch a little bit higher. And he got that pop-up.
One ball, one strike. Two balls, one strike.
He stays within himself, knows what his strengths are, and tries to drive the ball well.
Well, I think I'm done. I can't hit right now, and I'm just losing games. But if anybody's still in here and has any questions, I can stay on for a few more minutes. But I haven't eaten dinner, which is not good. So I would like to go eat at some point. Let's see if I finished any missions. So nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. I didn't do any of those. One strikeout. Probably none of these. Nope. 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 And nope. That's okay. One away from this guy. Which will get me something in Wagner. So it'll give me 15% in Wagner. And I still have these to go, so that's going to take forever. But there's a diamond card in here. I have 50%. Not bad. So once I finish that, you get the rookie. This is a 10%er. So that'll put me at 25%. And then this is each a total of 35%. So yeah, it'll take me a while. But if anybody's still in here, thank you for watching. And I'll let you guys know about the giveaway in a video in the next couple days. And we're going to get back to some videos as well. Right now, I'm just doing some streaming to see what kind of timings people are available for. And Monday seemed like a really good one. So probably not tomorrow night because I'm pretty busy, and hopefully Wednesday night I will be able to, and then again starting the week after, doing Monday, Wednesday for the near future, seeing what happens, and hopefully also getting some time to put videos together again. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.